way too big.
How much farther can I go?
is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
It won't happen, I swear. That's why nothing's gonna happen to us. We'll tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time.
I spoke to a witness.
Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Except if you're a criminal.
Lord Portash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber. Lord Portash is expecting you.
Hush. Patriarchs are upstairs. Lord Janeth could call for me at any moment.
Lady Alia says the Absolute Army won't be...
If it isn't little Will's chums. I hope he hasn't been too much trouble. Heard about his father. The Dead Three's puppet. A travesty, really. He's upstairs in Worm's Rock, ordaining Gortash as Archduke. A splendid shindig, I hear. Perfect for crashing. Go on up. We'll talk after. And bring the pup along, if you can. I'd hate for him to miss the fun. Go on up. Pay Gortash a visit. A fate to remember.
Look, I'm all for Gortash, but those clankers, they don't sit right with me.
Because they do your job better than you and without complaining. It is unnerving.
Imagine where we'd be without them. The city would be overrun. They're all that's keeping this cult at bay.
He has a point. They make people feel safe, if nothing else.
Ha! You hear this? Tell my friends how safe you feel with those metal giants stamping about. You've been reading too many picture books.
Lord Gortash himself is the one pulling their strings. We're all better off for it.
Master Porter, I've taken the liberty of... Oh, you're not the master. Just as well.
Lord Portash. Please make your way to the Lord Portash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Sorry.
Bruff's babbling, no time to talk.
Lord Portash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber. Lord Portash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber. Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Lady Alia says the Absolute Army won't be...
Kinspeople, Baldurians, and dearest Duke Ravengard, thank you for joining me on this exceptional day.
It's him. Gortash. This is it. I can practically taste his blood from here.
The tiefling is letting her passions get the better of her. The situation is delicate. Do not be swept up in her emotions.
I don't want to put you in harm's way either. I'll wait for now. But that prick is going to pay.
A moment, please, my friends. An old acquaintance has come to pay her respects. Please, Karlach, come and say a proper hello.
My respects! You're lucky I've agreed not to shove my boot up your...
Ah, how I've missed your colourful turns of phrase. We must catch up just as soon as I've had words with your little friend. As for you, I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that netherstone that you carry. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the Crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided. If you and I come to an understanding, together we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. You've met her assassins. Efficient killers, by all accounts. I know you survived previous encounters, but she won't relent. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the 3 are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Let's be allies, said the viper to the frog.
Gortash's eyes blink in a consistent rhythm. He stands calmly, confidently. He fully intends to share his kingdom with you.
Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. you'll find I speak the truth.
Take that with a grain of salt. This is Gortash we're talking to.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived. Orin is elusive, shall we say. The grip of the steel watch may be tight, but sand still slips through its fingers. Some conflicts are best resolved quietly. The people are cattle, obedient until panicked. It's not, but it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command. When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone. Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again. Even horror has a home. Find her nest and slay her there. For all its charms, Baldur's Gate has long had a cancer at its heart. A hidden temple devoted to Baal. That's where Orin became what she is, where she worshipped and schemed. And now, it's where she hides from my watchers, when she's not spilling blood in the streets. You're resourceful. I trust you'll sniff it out. If the trail goes cold, follow the bodies. First, Orin the Red, bloody dagger of Baal, causes panic in the streets through killings in the Absolute's name. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thorn. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. Next, we will declare curfew and begin infecting the masses. Our subjects will hear the voice of their absolute God. The faithful will do anything in the name of their God. Our tyranny, and we are saviors, defenders of the Sword Coast. Our loyal subjects will love us, not hate us. What comes next will be entirely their fault. Powerful connections. Let's leave it at that. Soon. First, come and be witness as I make history. The first Archduke of Baldur's Gate. You will follow me, and you will show due respect. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Baldur'N's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent? Enver Gortash, the Council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. do not come empty-handed.
So there you have it. Lord Enver Gortash in all his glory. What did you make of him? Yeah. Fucker always had expensive taste. I don't know how anyone in this hall could fall for this charade. Isn't it obvious what a chancer he is? And they expect these big metal monsters to tuck them in at night while the Absolute knocks on the gates. If only they knew the truth. The Dead Three orchestrated all of this. And it's working. I wish this city, the people running it, were smarter than me. Gortash isn't their salvation. He's the monster at the gate.
I've requested a shipment of steel watchers to help defend.
A glass of dragon dew. Fetch me a bottle, and be quick about it.
Under Gortash, we're safe. More to the point.
Never you mind. A young... the occasion. Hired too.
Archduke Gortash.
The Steel Watch has made an impenetrable fortress. I can't think of a better endorsement for Gortash than that.
Dearest Karlak, I'd busy myself finding Orin if I were you. I'll still be here for any unfinished...
That's it? That's all you have to say to me?
Were you hoping for something else? A word of wisdom? A hug?
Thanks to you, I don't hope for things anymore. I just take whatever it is I want. See you soon, motherfucker.
You most certainly will.
What did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree. And to think, the drama's just started. You see, Gortash has had Will's father relocated. To his death, the way I hear it. Such a shame. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there? I know enough. Let's talk to Will in your camp. Work something out. The Duke's life depends on it.
I'm just a cat. Please, talk to Yenna. Well, why are you so nosy? Please don't. Yenna is my best friend. She's kind. Help her, not me. Nothing good, I don't think. She was so very sick. Maybe she made like a cat and went off to spend her last life.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise. I brought my own paring knife.
The General will call that a tactical retreat, I'm sure. But you have him on the run. That thing he summoned was Illithid. Follow it below and find him, before he has a chance to subdue the Night Song again. I don't doubt it. But I'd come with you, if you'll have me. My Harpers are stationed below. Should Ketheric's main force catch wind of our assault and move against us, they will hold the tower. Long enough, at least, for us to do what must be done. Theory and supposition, none of which will help us in the fight to come. Ketheric must die, and the Absolute with him. We will work out the details as they rear their ugly heads. As you wish. My Harpers and I will hold the tower while we can, and wait to hear when the deed is done. Good hunting. Ketheric awaits. What do you need from me? You have numbers enough already, I think. My Harpers and I will hold the tower while we can. Good hunt.
Your tadpole quivers, revealing your discussion with Mizora to Will.
Shit. Father's been taken, and Mizora started to scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning? Mizora's always worth hearing out. That's what makes her so dangerous. We'll have answers soon enough. Let's talk to Mizora. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to. I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds as she floated from one room to the second time. Stelma, even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. A stroke victim? I asked Father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor. Not a tragedy, a calculated cruelty. My father was Tadpole. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened. To exert control, he must first... These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it.
It's certainly good to be back at camp. How I've missed the smells. Indeed. And I'm sure Dringo will do a great job. He'll...
fate spin.
Dost thou require a new ally? Oh, the girl could not bear thou, a breaker of promises. I told her the fate of her parents when the wind carried it to me. She has left this place to hew a new path. She left you a letter. Thou couldst read. Hast thou other business?
Will ought to know what happened with Mizora. Whatever she has in store for him can't be good.
But please.
A devil will come for her due. Mizora is no different. Whatever it is she comes to offer. What about him? I'm embarrassed you'd fall for such an obvious trick. You probably believe the Illithid's twaddle about Vlaakith usurping Gith's throne as well. The astral prison contains not one, but two atrocities. They will use you and abuse you at every opportunity. There is one truth, Vlaakith's truth. Everything else is apostasy. Orpheus is honor guard, and trapped by Vlaakith in the same prism holding their prince, fruitlessly hacking at the sphere that contains him. So loyal, so beguiled, they were blind to him. The honor guard's deaths were inevitable, as is the death of their gay-enthralled prince. I know my mission. Nothing will turn me from it. Vlaakith has a plan, and she knows what part I must play.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling. Yes, but first a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it? As would I, and more.
I was 17. Father, older Raven Guard, had just been named a
That's when the cult of the dragon made its move. A religion devoted to conjuring the most evil of goddesses, the dragon Tiamat. But 10 days after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. There they were, gathered at the foot.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened. In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears. And as the maelstrom howls, Mizora's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness. And I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city. she didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most another pet added to her warlock menagerie. I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. And when we were done, all that remained were 5 grayed orbs atop a pile. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed. It is the one scar I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location. I could flee to the spine of the world, or the depths of the lower dark, and still never shake her. He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mizora had swept it clean. I showed him my stone after. He said only one word. Go. So I did. I understand.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome. I am free from my bonds, but not my duty. You must face them. I will help.
Ravengard's a hero. Elturel would still be stuck in the helms if it weren't for him.
Fish is more than that. Look at you. Judging you. Don't like it.
You're not being paid to like it. If I were you, I'd focus on my own job.
What? Oh, what are you doing in here?
You notice the gnome slip a lockpick into his pocket.
You're not a fist. Go on, get out, or I'll wake the others. Okay, but it isn't like that. I'm not a criminal. I just needed the gold. I'm getting out of here, taking a ferry down the coast to get me home. Those bloody crooks at the docks are charging triple, though. Danger money. It's a joke. No, I mean, I quit. Nothing wrong with quitting a job. My wife said we have to stand and fight, and I can't. I won't. I'm not made for this. I'm not a soldier. I only joined for the uniform and a warm bed. They're better off without me. I'm scared. All I want is to go home. You shouldn't be in here.
If I were you, I'd focus on my own job and leave the steel one.
Don't cause any trouble, all right?
Keep those feet moving. Be vigilant.
surrendered. Move along. I've got...
Still can't fathom that they hang folk in this city. Those guys, every 10 day, I write into the Baldur's map about it, and every...
Time to press ahead.
Entering Baldur's Gate proper. Smuggling or any other form of...
If you're here to report something, don't bother. Keep crime reports short. Nah. Let's see.
Distract the gauntlet, will ya? I think she's setting...
I like your look. You've seen battle, shed some blood. Could show these softies here how it's done.
Please wait, about time. The Manip assured me a builder would come and hold it. You're not the builder. Which means I've got no use for you. Look here, son. To get behind this place, you got to be tough as tack. There's no winning over the hooligans at the Blushing Mermaid. Now either you learn to fix my broken shutters,
Your tools were stolen, right? No, you were mugged. Wait, I'm mixing you up with another...
Is missing.
yes. How many times do I need to say it? You sent word about a lead, said that I should come see you about it.
Of course, madam. Let me just... Forgive me. Why are you here?
Is this some kind of sick joke? Do you have any idea what I've been through these past few days? My daughter Vanra, my little girl, she's missing. This stupid, useless fist said she had a lead, but she must have been sucking Dream Mist or something.
Madam, tell me. You said... she was... taken from a tavern?
Yes, the Blushing Mermaid, down by the docks. I told you 100 times. Why aren't you listening?
Excuse me, citizen, but if this is a criminal matter, it's my business, not yours. Now, madam, if you'll just tell me why you're here, I'll take down the details.
What is happening? I feel like I'm going mad. Her name is Vanra. She's 7 years old and has red hair, like me. We were in the Blushing Mermaid when she was taken. Just up by the docks. No, unless you count a couple of old drinking mates at the next table. But they'd be no help. They barely remember their own names. I was sober, though. I swear. I stop in the maid for a drink sometimes. But it was only a quick one. Of course. The front of house, Bosun Gannet was there, and the owner of the Blushing Mermaid, Captain Grizzly. Neither lifted a finger to help me look.
was awful. Thank you. I'll head home. Can't stand being around these idiots any longer. Come find me the moment you hear anything.
Commander Portier, acting Marshal of the Fist. If you have a crime to report, please...
Cooking as fast as I can. Those fists have got bottom.
Called when you're called.
Damn fist.
As you were, citizen.
What's that? I'm way too big.
Keep a blade close.
Still breathing, despite everything. Need to find a way forward.
Squaw! It's not safe here. It's too late for me, but not for you. Run as fast as your legs can carry you. The shapeshifter, or in the red. She seized me from our camp, bore me here to Baal's enclave. She slit my belly and filled her cup with my blood. A toast, she said, to her false god. She told me when her cup ran dry, she'd come for the rest of me. I'm done for. I will hold her off as long as I'm able. Run while you still can. Don't even think about fighting her. This foe is too powerful. You'd underestimate Orin the Red. The last mistake you'll ever make.
Look at it, crawling and sniffing and rooting around in the filth. Is it my netherstone you seek, little piggy? Hush, hush. Orin will take care of you and your little pet. Nothing. No, not a thing. Still gasping and gagging on the foul airs of Baal's temple. I will not slice. Her kind die too easily. The Murder Lord demands a better offering. Something new. Sticky, sweet, and delicious. He wants you. Kethric's killer turned the corpse lover to carrion when you took his stone. Oh, But he was a dull kill. No blood to spill, no guts to rip. A desiccated husk, all dust and hollow. You must be sharpened before you set your edge against my skin. You'd prefer my whispers in the tyrant's tongue, hmm?
You've heard Gortash's whispers. I see how your skull swarms with his promises. He whinges and wails over the crown of Karsus, wanting to command it without me. Oh, how I long to slit his poxy smile from ear to ear. But I can't touch him. He bound my blade when we first conspired. Gortash didn't want me at first. Didn't trust me. Got me to wag my tongue, swear an oath never to hang him from the hooks. Drip drain him into father's open jaws. You must kill the tyrant. Take the Netherstone from his corpse and bring it to my temple.
There we slice and shred each other. The survivor claims the stones. What's left of the other is balls. Agree, and I will bring my assassins to heal. They watch you always, longing to spray the crimson from your veins. Refuse me, and you'll learn what happens to those who defy Baal's doctrine. So will your friend.
Orin demands a fight to the death. The prize for the victor, the Netherstones, and the chance to control the crown alone. Accept, and you must kill Gortash. Refuse, and your companion's life may be forfeit, as might your own. Orin's assassins will hunt you like prey for slaughter.
Allies? No. We had a balance. The chosen three. But it tumbled when you turned the Bone Lord to ash. Now, Gortash tries to gouge me from the city. That festering inadequate thinks me a flesher, butchering and cleaving only to whip the herd towards his tin men's oppression. You must kill him. Gore him like a pig prepped for the spit. Only then will you be sweet and sharp, ready for the Murder Lord's purpose. Need? No, I do not need. You are made of nothing. Meaningless flesh and bone. I do not need. I offer. Baal's age approaches, and you could be there to see it. An idol of flesh, made to welcome his bleeding dawn. There is time for you yet. Time to save. Do not underestimate his steel watch. Seek their cradle in the lower city and skewer their skull meat. Make them rust and blood. Then you can gore the lordling again and again and again. But listen close, Bone Killer. Step in my domain while the tyrant still sucks air, and I will carve your failure into your pretty plaything's skull. Bring me his stone, and I will set the bait free. Only then can you and I make exquisite butchery. The victor will set the world to slaughter. That is Baal's offer. He will not make another.
Watch your back. With pleasure. To do. Light on my feet.
What's this? A heretic in our midst? Your death, in the Dreadlord's name.
A better position. Into the shadows.
I've got it.
Blood comes easy these days.
I'm ready. Your time has come.
On my way.
They won't know. With finesse.
On your word.
Let's go. Time to press ahead.
Let's finish this.
Don't waste a step.
Don't touch me. Should be easy.
Never a dull moment. If not over, then through.
We see, we know.
But we are troublemakers.
Shut up and keep your mucky little peepholes peeled.